Welcome back to the Reality Guys. I'm your host, Brian Law, my co-host, Brett.
Howdy.
We're here to talk 90 Day Fiancé the other way. This is season 4, episode 8, entitled For Every Joy, There is a Price to be Paid. I thought this episode was pretty interesting. I think it gave us a lot of light on what relationships are pretty much dead. Some got a little brief life support, but I still think, really, I think a majority of them are pretty much done for. What was your general gauge on the forecast of some of these couples?
You say that, but like I don't think most of them seem dead at this point. I think one of them seems dead at this point because the very intro was a scene of Nicole Mahmoud fighting and then running away, and it went to 5 hours earlier, and so
Yeah,
that one seems a little dead at the moment. The others, I think they
$100.
got like a gasp of life. Maybe except the Danielle Johan thing, they're still in the same spot a little bit, but I think the rest of them seem to be
You think Jen and Rishi are good?
improved. I have that they got engaged before she left, and then she left, and then she went and talked to her brother. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like they're in the trailer for next episode, they show Rishi showing some abs to other women, so I think they might be dead from that. But based off this episode, I think they seem to be in a decent spot, contingent on when she can get back to India.
I think it's delusion from her. I think they're done. But that person that you're talking about sent the picture. That's the one that tried to catfish him. Remember? Like episode
Yeah,
1 or 2? Is that lady?
yeah. I mean, it looked like it was a catfish situation for sure. I don't know if it was the same woman or if she
I
proceeded
think
to
it
talk
was.
to him, but yeah,
Because I don't think she's Zooming or FaceTiming anybody from India. I don't think she really had any friends over there except our boy Deer.
yeah.
And I don't think Rishi's sending pictures to Deer. But
Dear
I,
might
I
like it.
think I think they're dead. I mean, if you think they have like a 1 week, I mean, they obviously have a 1 week life support, but I still think they're done.
I mean, I think they're as dead as they were previously, except for the fact that why did
Still
he
dead.
re-engage? Why? Well, I mean, like, why did he re-propose to her? So I don't know, like, unless he just gave her like a fake ring and re-proposed because she lost the last ring or whatever the situation is. But I think her leaving is didn't she have to wait 2 years last time she left? So I mean, that enough in itself makes things difficult. So who knows?
Well, based off the preview, it sounded like she'll be back. She's like, "Oh, I can come back in like 4 weeks." So I don't know what the timeline is, how long it goes. I thought it was 90 days. So like people kept saying in the comments last week, it's 90 days the other way. So like I think you have 90 days to do this.
To get married, right?
Yeah. So maybe she's still in that 90-day window. I don't think they would have somebody on the show that's taking 3 years to get married. So something must
I think
happen.
the whole point is your visa expires. Like
Yeah,
I th-
right.
I think that's an American thing, and I don't know if that's the same for the other countries, but I think you have 90 days on a visa or whatever before you either get married or you don't. Because if you don't, you go home, and if you get married, you stay. And yeah, I mean, I think that's the reason why it's called 90 day. But it
Hmm.
was also, I think, originally an American thing. So who knows if I feel like she was not there for 90 days.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The show jumps around with like the timelines, but I think they're done. Brett thinks they're not. We'll see next week. Let's just get to. I'm gonna let's just get kind of rid of some of the ones that are kind of quick. Kris and Jeymi, they go glamping. Jeymi tries to make Kris eat like meats that I didn't think were that obscure. So I'd love to know what Chris's diet actually is. I mean, blood sausage. I mean, how I don't eat blood sausage, but heard people eating it. It's not like this is a Colombian delicacy.
I
But
was
like,
wondering after Chris said that if you're like, oh, this is another disease that Chris has where she can't eat weird foods.
yeah, right, right,
Because
right.
I don't eat weird foods either. So when Chris
I'm
said that,
allergic
I
to
agreed
meat.
with him. Everything that they were served and Chris didn't like, I agree with her.
So
Chicken,
you wouldn't eat there was you wouldn't eat
no.
chorizo? Just sausage.
Well, I've had chorizo once or twice at a Mexican restaurant in America, and then I almost bought it at the store once. And when I read the ingredients and it said it was like intestines and crap, I was like, nope, not buying that.
Well, that's what isn't that like certain sausages are wrapped in that, I thought.
No, I think like the actual meat itself was like
Oh, I mean,
intestines
hey, it's
and
good.
weird things.
Good.
All I know is chorizo. I read the ingredients at the grocery store and I was like, yep, not eating that.
Mm, I'd still eat it. It's good. It's good on tacos. I don't remember what there was another meat on there that I didn't think was that obscure either, but I mean, I just expect every episode we watch, Kris is gonna have some new issue. She had to have like a padded belt to just walk to the campsite. Um,
I missed that.
yeah, I mean it was super brief. I mean they didn't really spend a lot of time on um where they are, but
Eating weird foods is not my thing. So when it comes up with a challenge in The Bachelor with Ariel, or when Farmer Wants a Wife and they eat bull testicles, I don't like it.
I enjoy it. I think it's funny to watch. But they're probably the one couple I still feel decent about. Where are you at with them?
I mean, I feel better about them after this episode because
Yeah,
they
me too.
have the whole re-engagement piece. Everything leading up to this one, they were, you know, on the outs, I guess, because Kris was sick. But
Hmm.
now this one it's a positive trend for them. So I think
Yeah,
they're
and
still in a good
they
position.
they even said that like they could probably move forward with the court case without her. That's what they're hoping for. So if she stays, I mean, they do get married at some point. So she either they move the wedding and they get married, or she doesn't go. So it's both of them. I think are pros. So like I feel that probably the best about them right now.
They will get married, or they'll at least
Yeah,
make it to the altar.
yeah,
How it
right,
goes after that, I don't know.
exactly. Um, Isabelle and Gabe. So the thing, Gabe thought he was pretty like confident in when he tells her parents, no matter what they say, she's gonna be by his side. And she kind of alluded to him that she wasn't sure like who she would like pick, and that kind of makes him nervous. I totally understand how he feels that way. That would you kind of are thinking something and you're about to like share like a super deep part of you to her parents, and like that you don't want to do that and you just lose everybody. So I don't know where they're going to go. I kind of feel like this is like a fake um reaction that like I think they're actually gonna be okay with it when he's like, just tell me the whole story. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm pissed that they did the cliffhanger thing. And they didn't show us the reaction this episode. So now I have to wait again, even though I feel like they keep cliffhanging it every episode.
They do
Um,
100%.
but I think the dad's going to be fine because
Me too.
instead of a scene where he gets up and storms off, it was a scene where he's like, tell me more or like explain it to me.
Exactly.
So I think that it's, you know, way blown out of proportion maybe for TV. And I think that they're going to be fine and the dad's going to be okay with it.
Me too. Me too. I think like they're gonna have a conversation. He's probably gonna be a little like have to think about it. I'm lost of words for maybe what 5 minutes and then they'll be good. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they're trying to find something in this relationship to like leave us like wondering what's gonna happen. And that I think this is the hardest one to
that's
poke a
true.
hole in because of just that conversation is all they have. Like everybody else has something like many things going on where they can like cliffhang us or make like alter the editing on a preview to make us think something that doesn't really happen. But
That's a
I so
good point.
yeah. I mean, this is what
Everybody's
I've been
fighting about
observing from these
something.
other
They're
couples.
not fighting about anything. The only
Yeah,
thing is the trans thing with
yeah,
the dad.
right. And it's not even them fighting; it's just like the parents accepting, but like they're strict. So I would say this like them and Kris and Jeymi are my only I think can make it. Everybody else I don't think is going to make it at all. But we'll go. We're gonna go couple. I want to know what you think. Danielle and Johan. They're not in it that much. Danielle went back to America. She sold or got rid of her apartment. Has a ton of bags. Has all this luggage. I mean, I understand that Johan should probably expect that she's gonna have a lot of things, but I think you should also give him the heads up. You're assuming this dude that's been driving for 1 year knows like what to do, and like he's obviously trying to save money by borrowing from a friend. Like she's like all pissed off about this luggage. I was really hoping the luggage would fall off.
Oh, yeah, I was waiting
That
for
would
that
be
too.
great. I mean, we
I
didn't
wanted
see
it
it all the
so
way.
bad.
They're still not their destination, but I would love that more than anything.
I
Like
th-
they
I just
park and
assumed it would.
fall into
Even if
some
it
mud.
didn't fall off, the producers are just like, hey, we're gonna make it fall off for camera.
Yeah. Yeah. I was praying for that. I thought that'd be so funny. I just and like Johan's that definitely like I have a dick, so I make the rules. But I just don't think they're gonna work. I think that they're eventually gonna butt heads. Danielle's not gonna he's gonna keep doing it. It looks like next week he's her well, she's also next week her ex is visiting the Dominican Republic. She wants to hang out with him with Johan and she thinks this is a good idea. So the judgment on both sides is bad. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how that interaction goes. That's one where he's like, he says to him, I have a bigger dick than you.
Oh, okay. No, I don't remember that,
That
but
was
was
in
that
a
in the
preview
trailer?
last week. I thought that was going to be
Okay,
the end of this week, but it was in a
gotcha.
preview last week. But I'm looking forward to that
That'll
conversation.
be
But
funny. I'm
I
curious
just
to see
don't.
what her ex looks like.
He just looks like a regular white dude.
Okay.
but he can speak like loose Spanish. So like Johan says this, and he's like, "What did you say?" And of course, like she can understand everything he's saying, so it's gonna be funny next week.
Johan's a pretty big dude, so he'll probably beat his ass if he needs
Oh,
to.
dude, he's huge, man. He's got to be like 6'5". He's huge.
Yeah, but
I
yeah,
still think that.
I
What do you
yeah,
think?
she should have told him about the van thing. Like I don't blame that on him. I think he was fighting her for no reason though with the whole
Yeah, oh, 100%.
I'm gonna drive and you're not gonna drive. Like, dude, who cares? Like, I guess you
Exactly.
care, but like stop caring. But
Yeah,
I
it's
think
just
it was her
dumb.
fault. She didn't tell him, hey, I have like 20 suitcases.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe he should have assumed, but he also speaks Spanish and lives in Dominican Republic and yeah.
just communicate. That's all it is. Just communicate. So do you what's your level on them? Are they done? Same. They're gonna
Hmm.
make it. Where are you at on them?
No, they're probably dead.
Okay.
I think they're both gonna weigh out their options after they're on TV too. So they both probably want to be famous.
Right, and they also haven't even got to the apartment he found for them. So like she
Yeah,
can hate
so
the apartment.
she'll probably complain.
Yeah, 100%. All right. Devin and Osama, they have like a little reconciliation where he comes in, he's like, I want to make this, like, I want to make it work. Let's try it. They go on a camel ride. This is the one that we've been seeing in the previews, like where they're done. If she gets there and they're done, when was going to happen? It's on a beach. We thought it was just in the sand, so like wasn't expecting that. She's worried that he is like embarrassed by her because she's so old and like all these people, at least the way they filmed it, are just staring at them because of the age difference. But
Is that why they're staring though? I mean, she's in a Muslim country, so maybe it's because she's not wearing her hijab either. So
yeah,
who
right.
knows
Yeah,
what she's thinking?
but I think it's probably mostly the age thing because he's like 21,
I
I
mean,
think.
there's a lot of things that make them stand out. Like he's super skinny, like she said.
He's super
She's a
tall.
little more round. She's like 60 years old. He's like 20 years old.
Yep.
Yeah, she's
There's a
not
lot of
dressed
things.
like a Muslim. She's pale as hell. So
There's a camera crew following them.
that too. I mean,
Yeah, but
I
I
do like
still
her
think they're
energy
done.
though. I mean, that's why Osama likes her is because she has that young girl energy.
Yeah, he likes when she screams on a camel. I still think they're done, though.
This
I
ain't the
don't
holy
see it.
humps that are gonna make you scream, Debbie.
Yeah, right. Where are you at on them?
I don't know. I feel like they're so fresh that it's hard to tell. I mean, I think they have like a legit love for each other. So I don't know what the plans are with yeah, I don't know.
We need to see her
I
at
think
the
they'll be
farm.
fine. I think whether or not I think the show might end before they decide. So I don't think they'll break up on the show.
Okay. I think once she gets to the farm, I think she's done. She makes it like 2 days and she's done.
I don't know. I think she'll enjoy the farm.
We will see. All right. The elephant in the room, Nicole and Mahmoud, they are constantly fighting. I mean, I feel like every time they're on camera, like, my love, they're angry. He's smoking a cigarette indoors. Um, they go to swim and she has to wear like a full body suit. I think it's called a turkini. Is that what they said?
I have no
I
idea.
think it was turkini is what they called it. And it has a hood on it. And it really just honestly looks like this was if this was
A
like I
wetsuit.
do yeah, wetsuit if you were swimming in the Olympics, like obviously you wouldn't wear all those layers, but like it would make you more aerodynamic, I think, if you it was actually skin tight in the Olympics and you had like the hood on because you don't want your hair. So she just, I mean, I get that you don't want to cover your hair, but at the same time, it's just again, you got to know where you are. Like you're
She
also
takes a lot of
you
pride.
join the religion. What'd you say?
She takes a lot of pride in her hair.
She
I
does,
don't know why.
right? And just
That's her thing. Her hair
she's so
and pride.
interesting. Like right when she was just like, oh, I just love the swim. I was like, I did never thought that you would be a swimmer. Like nothing about the way you look makes me think you love the swim. You're so pale. Like
That's
where are you swimming? Like in a YMCA with a roof? Because like you're not swimming outside. I just they just fight, man. It's I'm glad they're breaking up though because it needs to end. He was getting a little handsy in the street. I'm
yeah.
surprised that they like filmed a lot, like let that fly on film. He was a grit like you know when you yell at a kid and you're like, we need to leave now because you're being bad, and you just that's what that reminded me of. He's like, come home now, and I just it's just bad look. They're 100% done.
I agree. I think they're done. or they'll keep faking it like they're not done.
I hope not. I'm just so sick of hearing my love and then they hate each other 5 minutes later. But I mean, he's apparently being like making comments like off camera when they're like alone, and that's what sparks it up. So he's either playing it up or the camera's a little
Well,
more.
the comment thing, she said he said something passive aggressive off camera, and
Mhm.
then yeah, I don't know. I the way she described it sounds like pretty much what they've already been doing.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. It's just
so
like
I don't
it
think
like
anything
piles on.
crazy happened.
Same.
So
It's just that she's had enough, and I understand why she's had enough. But again, it's just like you. This is what you signed up for. So you
or
can't
just
really
the
feel really
comments where
bad.
he's like, okay, whatever, whatever, and then she's like, no, why are you mad at me again?
Yeah, so
And
dumb.
or like in this one at the very end, he's like, all right, you have 5 minutes or we're divorced. So
Yeah,
we'll see who
what an
breaks.
ultimatum.
We'll see if she goes over in 5 minutes, or if she goes over later, if he changes his mind.
I don't know, man. I just that we never thought that was gonna work, man. It's looking terrible. I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was good. They keep like stringing us on with some of these cliffhangers. I'm really curious to know how many episodes are left because it's got to be over soon, right? This is episode 8. I'm imagining it's like 10 to 12 episodes.
They outlasted the MILFs. They both start at the same time?
I think it was
MILF
a
Manor?
week behind. I think 90 Day started a week after, but there's another show I saw like 90 Day Love Resort or something that starts on April 14th. So I
Storm
feel like
King.
it's got to be wrapped up by then. So maybe 2 more weeks
Okay.
because you can't have, I don't know, having two franchises run at the same time, two subsections of
It's
a
probably one
franchise.
or two. One or two sounds
Yeah.
right.
So we'll see. We'll be here. Um, we have a ton of other shows. Make sure to check out our fun or not a fundraiser, our charity page that I have in the bio below. And also check out we have Bachelor tomorrow. We I think it's the finale. It's actually the finale tomorrow. We have Survivor on Wednesday. We just make sure to check out Love is Blind, Farmer Wants a Wife. Let us also know if you have any suggestions of shows you'd like us to cover because we have a couple shows. We had a bunch of shows ending and we have a couple nights open. So we'd be willing to check some stuff out if it passes our test. But from myself and Brett, thank you. See you.
Goodbye, my loves.